Hey, I want you to take this information right here and help me figure out the values of these trig functions and of the angles down here. So I'm given that tangent is 1/5. Tangent can only be a positive 1/5 in either the first or the third quadrant. This little thing here tells me that sine is a negative, so I have to be in the third quadrant. Okay? Built within tangent is 2 of your 3 sides. You know your opposite, you know your adjacent. Using the Pythagorean theorem, we can figure out this r value right here. So 5 squared and 1 squared. 5 squared and 1 squared is 26. So your r is the square root of 26. Okay? Tell me what the x is. The x is, since you went to the left, -5. The y, because you went down, is -1. And your r value is always positive. Okay? To find sine, you will take your y value and put it over your r value, so that would be -1 divided by the square root of 26. Cosine will be the x value over the r value. Tangent is y on x, but we were given that to begin with. Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, so when I flip over -1 over radical 6, I'll get negative radical 26. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. I'll have negative radical 26 over 5. And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. That'll be a 5. Now, when you go to your calculator to find your angle, bless its heart, it's going to give you this reference angle right here. So you'll do a tangent inverse, because that's the only one of the original 3 that is positive, of 1/5. And that's going to give you something. To figure out what the angle is in the third quadrant, you will add that something to 180 degrees. That looks like 186. Erase, erase, erase. Let's do another one. Here I want you to find, based on an angle going through this point, I want you to find the value of these trig functions. So 5, -12 is down here in this fourth quadrant. Okay? So I know right away that x is 5. I know y is -12. I need to find my r value. I'll do that using the Pythagorean theorem. I lost the negative because you know it's not important, because when I square it, it's going to go away anyway. I'm going to have an r squared is equal to 169, which gives me an r of 13. Sine y on r. Cosine x on r. Tangent y on x. These are the reciprocals. Flip sine. Flip cosine. Flip tangent. Now, in order to find the angle, your calculator is unfortunately going to give you this reference angle right here. I'm going to do a inverse cosine of 5/13, and that's going to give me something. To figure out what the angle is, because you're in the third quadrant, you go 360 minus the reference angle. And that goes there, and that goes there. Hey, have a nice day. Clean your rooms. They probably smell.